Yeah.
You are now flying.
Applying pressure to the pedal breaking. Lord, know we dedicated. Revealing truth to our people, we've been miseducated. Great awakening taking place and they can't decimate it. Truth serum that can't be replicated. Get medicated, this that Psalms 107 ain't it? We got this truth and can't keep calm. On the corner dropping bombs, can't be detonated. Jump from coast to coast like LeBron, but we never traded. Got the breath of life in my lungs, I'm resuscitated precepts. The only P we pushing in this heat, hitting harder than a desert eagle bullet hit the earth with the line. Let it sink and we gon' hook 'em. We had idols in our mind, heard this word and we forsook 'em. All in Memphis, no more rent. We raising up the 12. They say the truth hurts, so we labor in travail. From NYC to Houston, from LA to Riverdale, talking truth, taking the kingdom in the gates of wicked hell. Just touched down, I ain't got my foot on the brake. Truth got my mind, I'm feeling renewed every day. Giving sight to the blind is something we do every day. And I don't care if what I'm saying make you feel away. Yeah, let's talk truth. Let's talk about it. Let's talk truth. Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk truth. Yeah, hear what I'm saying. Let's go inside the book. Let me go make it plain. Let's talk truth, side. We can't settle for less side. Cause we got everything that we need and we see it, no need for professor. And I just been seeing the dreamers, I know that they lie, they here to come test us.
Hey, shalom, 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 most high in Christ bless. Welcome back to another week of Let's Talk Truth. There you got myself, Captain Emmanuel, to my right,
Officer Jonah.
to my left,
Officer Hezekiah.
and all praise to the Most High. We got Officer Eliakim reading, and today, the topic, put it on the screen for us, the thumbnail. The end of the world and temptation therein.
That's right.
So I do want to say, shout out to Precept Upon Precept with Captain Shem, Captain Matthew. Shout out to Writings on the Wall with Captain Mattathias. You know what I'm saying? Four Corners News, Captain Severus, Captain Tobias. Shout out to PSR.
Yeah.
Headquarters. All the rest of the radio shows, all of the prophets been going in on Trump and everything that's going on in the world and all the prophecy unfolding.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
You know, it ain't that we be in an echo chamber or whatever, but you know, 1 Corinthians 1 and 10, we all gonna speak the same thing. Some people gonna tune into this show, some people gonna tune into that show, so on and so forth. So you're gonna get the IUIC Arkansas spinoff of what's going on, but we also gonna dive into the temptation that comes with these prophecies unfolding. Right? You see all these things going on in the world and the news between the nations and all of the things leading up to the end of the world. But during that time, you're going to have an overabundance of sin that's susceptible to everyone. You understand? To distract us, to cause us to go astray from the Lord our God, to pull us into the abyss of destruction. So we're going to deal with that as well. We're going to bring those elements together during this show to show our people, yeah, all this stuff is going on, but be mindful that you're not falling into temptation during these times. Take these times serious and be mindful of the sin that does so easily beset us, all right? So, make sure y'all donate to the Booster Club, all right?
Yes, sir.
QR code right there. That's what I'm pointing at. All right, the QR code right there. You could just scan it and donate to the Booster Club to support this truth throughout the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
And all praise to the Most High. We finally hit 40K. You know how long it? We was at 39,000 subscribers. For real, damn near. Hope deferred. Down there made my heart sick.
Sheesh.
I'm like, damn. We was at 39.9 for at least a month.
Yeah.
It took us a month to get 100 followers to reach 40K. You know what I'm saying? So let's change that. All right.
Yeah, we need to get Arkansas 2 up to 40 now.
For real.
Yeah.
This 50K need to come a whole lot faster.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all subscribe. A lot of people, you be watching YouTubes or whatever, you be tuning in to class and radio shows every week, but you forget to hit that subscribe button.
Damn.
Or you got multiple accounts. You got a Google account. You got a Yahoo account. Make sure all your accounts is subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Hit the switch account button and make
That's
sure all
right.
your YouTube accounts on your phone is subscribed to IUIC Arkansas.
Y'all better
All right?
take heed to that.
Do that. Handle that. All right? But without further ado, let's open up with Proverbs 8, verse 6.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 6. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth.
For what?
For my mouth shall speak truth.
Let's talk truth. Go ahead.
And wickedness is an abomination to my lips.
All praises to the Most High. So let's get that first clip dealing with the end of the world. Now, if you like me and you black and you don't really keep up with, you know what I'm saying, the names of the leaders of these nations or whatever, for the past week or two, unless you've been living under a whole rock, you've been enlightened to the name of the president, a leader, or whatever their title is over there.
Message.
The president of Ukraine, Mr. Zelensky. He got into a big old feud in the middle of the White House with Donald Trump. All right, and it went super, super viral.
Damn.
All right, but this clip is going to show us what the hell is going on in Ukraine, the desperation of Ukraine currently. Watch this. Play that clip.
Message.
So read the subtitle of the video.
Men are being abducted off the streets in Ukraine and being forced to serve in Zelensky's army.
So Ukraine been getting towed up by Russia for a couple of years now. It's been
can't
going
make
on
this
for
stuff
some
up.
years. The U.S. sent billions of dollars to assist Ukraine, for Ukraine's aid. Trump comes into office and all of that's over with. So they in such utter desperation that they are snatching men off of the streets
This is crazy.
and forcing them to join the Ukraine army.
Bug the hell out.
You understand? This
Sheesh, man.
is the times that we living in, y'all.
Message.
You understand? This is how real it's getting around the world. I know a lot of people, you still lost in the sauce of America, but you don't realize the state of this world is on the brink of absolute war. World War III.
That's right.
If you see countries grabbing people out, random people who never touched a gun in their life, saying, come here, you finna fight for this country. Understand, and guess what? It's going to come to this point in America. The draft and all of that, the nightmares of you hearing about that growing up, reading about it in a history book, like, oh my gosh, they was just selecting people. Muhammad Ali had to spend years in jail because he got drafted and refused to go. That was a thing? Woof! I'm so glad that's not a thing anymore. Ha! Guess what? Hey, many of us, when we was in high school, right, it was one of them documents or whatever we had to sign.
Selective
That
service.
selective service. If you 25 and under, all praises for, what is it, big bro status?
Thank
God.
Unk status. Nah, it's unk status.
If you big bro or you unk status, you might be all right at first. But if you 25 and under, and stuff get to popping off in the U.S., trust and believe your ass will be selected. Will be selected. All right, but get Isaiah 34. You was finna say something else?
Nah, I was just wondering how they selecting these men on the streets. They just like, okay, he look like he healthy. Like
Bruh,
man,
they just
they
going.
desperate.
They just going and snatching people up.
Body snatch.
Yes.
Come on.
Snatching people off the street.
Boy, ain't no
forcing
way,
them
boy.
to fight. Matter of fact, give me that in Joel 3. Joel 3 verse 9. Let's see what the Lord said to these nations.
That's right.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Right, so proclaim this right here, what I'm prophesying, the prophet Joel. Proclaim this amongst the nations. Go ahead.
Prepare war.
Do what?
Prepare war.
You nations, you must prepare war. So much so that people are getting abducted. Prepare war. Go ahead.
Wake up the mighty men.
Do what?
Wake up the mighty men.
Wake up the mighty men. You not finna just sit up here and be no damn citizen. You need to defend this country. Suit up, boot up, and suit up. You understand? It's going down. Read.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Let what?
Let all the men of war draw near.
Let all the men of war draw near. All the militaries, the armies, so on and so forth. Let them all draw near. Go ahead.
Let them come up.
Read.
Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
Right. So whatever instruments you had that you didn't think was needed for war, you finna have to convert them to weapons because it's going down.
right.
But watch this though. Read.
Let the weak say.
Let the what?
Let the weak say.
Regular pedestrians that never had a thought to go to battle in their life. God said, let the weak say, what?
I am strong.
Hey, I'm in the military now.
Right.
Give me that chopper. Give me that AR. You understand? It's that time. That's the times that we living in, brothers and sisters. Don't sleep. God said, let the Gentiles know. Let these nations know it's going down. Tell the weak amongst them, hey, I am strong. It's time to suit up and boot up and go to war.
Hit the bomb!
For real, though. All right, y'all brothers got something on that? No, sir. All right, all praise to the Lord. So listen, these things like this, y'all, is signs of the times. Y'all know what this is referring to in Joel 3. Go back to Joel 3. Joel chapter 3 and verse 12.
Joel chapter 3 verse 12.
Go ahead.
Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
The valley of Jehoshaphat is where World War III is going to take place. That's where the ultimate showdown is going to happen at. You understand? When Christ cracked the sky, that's where they're going to be fighting at. Read on.
For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Right. So that's the plan of the Lord, to cause all nations to be in one particular area fighting, going to war, so he can appear and destroy them all at once. That's what this is all about. So all of these events are leading up to this. When you see nations saying to the weak, hey, you are strong. You understand? You're a part of the military now. You're an army guy now. You were a damn working from home. You know what I'm saying? Behind a computer desk, never touched a gun. Guess what? You going to war. When you see stuff like that going on, brothers and sisters, it's that time. It's that time. Understand that. And all praise to the Most High. So before we get back into the topic, let's go ahead and get the gem of the week. All right, so on the gem of the week, we like to touch on things in social media, whatever the case may be. There's, it's gems for our people, good for our people to meditate on and understand. Of course, we bring it all to the scriptures. But this week, all right, because you know the phrase, don't listen to black women.
Right.
We don't listen to black women. But Proverbs 31 talks about an Israelite woman that opens her mouth with wisdom. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? the black woman, like when you read about Judith, you understand? When you read about Hadassah,
That's
when you read
right.
about Deborah, the Lord will move the spirits of our women to open their mouths with wisdom. They say things that align with the word of God. All right, so listen to this sister drop a gem. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Well, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Play that clip.
Your body will determine the type of man that you attract. Cosmetic BBL bodies attract drug dealers, gangbangers, club goers, players, thugs, unfaithful men. Natural bodies attract career men, businessmen, stable men, family men, husband material men, and if you're in the right setting, a rich man. Overweight bodies attract users, losers, abusers, criminals, men with ulterior motives. Your body is the first impression of who you are. BBL bodies don't keep men. Natural bodies attract quality men. Overweight bodies attract user men.
Damn.
Be careful with what you do with your body.
Now that's a fact. That's a fact. Give me that scripture about the BBL body. You got me?
Wisdom of Solomon.
No. Proverbs 17. Wisdom of Solomon. What you putting on?
Changing of kind.
Whoa.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot.
With the what?
With the attire of an harlot.
With the attire of an harlot. Right? The attire of a harlot meaning she's showing off her shape. You understand? She's exposing her body parts to attract a male customer. Go ahead.
And subtle of heart.
Uh-huh.
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Right. She outside. She outside doing what? At the red light, twerking on the headlight. You understand? So the Bible talks about a woman. Give me that in Sirach 26. Same thing. Sirach 26 verse 9. A woman that attracts a man with her whorish looks. Right? This is the BBL body. Read what you got.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 9.
Come on.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Right. Her haughty looks and eyelids. An example of a haughty look. I wish IT could pull some stuff up for me. Some little B-roll or something. But haughty looks is that of the sort of, let me see. Let me think. With Scissor. Who else? Who's some more BBLers?
You can't make this.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Cardi.
Nicki Minaj. Cardi B. Right.
Bug the hell.
Who else? All praises I don't know off the top of the head. Yeah. Praises. Spirit of the Lord dealing with me. You understand? But these haughty looks. Did y'all find some? Nah, never mind. Just drop it. All right, but these are the BBL bodies. God said you're going to attract, what'd she say? Thugs, savages, no good men, bombs, so on and so forth. Read that in verse 23.
Verse 23.
Come on.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Right, so if you wicked, meaning you got the attire of a harlot, right? The Lord said that type of woman is subtle of heart, she's stubborn, she's loud, so on and so forth, right? She getting sexy and all of that, right?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
The type of man that you're going to get is the one that burn you, the one that put the baby in you, but not able to raise it, the one that you got to, be a pen pal to, see him, he go to prison. You understand? That's the type of man you're going to attract with a BBL.
Y'all better take heed to that.
Now, she also said the overweight body attracts users and abusers. That's some heavy stuff right there.
Literally.
Because a man, like, it's a whole bunch of little skits and TikToks, right, about tax season. And for some reason, big girls, this time of year,
They get that love, don't
they get hella love.
PS5.
They get all type of cuffs.
Put it up, biscuits.
For real. Put them.
Hey, man.
For real. They get all type of love. Why? Because dudes know, she ain't got nobody. If I lock her down, then I can get a few bands out of that income tax.
Are you serious?
For real though. Overweight sisters, you gonna attract users and abusers. You understand? Get Isaiah 3 about overweight sisters. Isaiah 3:24.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 24.
Come on.
And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
Stinking coochie. Go ahead.
And instead of a girdle, a rent.
Instead of a what?
And instead of a girdle, a rent.
A girdle goes around what? The waist. You understand? If a sister is in shape, that girdle gonna fit just right. It's gonna be a beautiful accessory. A rent means to tear. If you try to put something on and it rips, what does that mean? What has happened?
Big back.
It's gotten bigger.
It don't fit.
Right.
You got a big back. So big backs, big back sisters is in the Bible.
That's right.
If you a big back sister, I'm telling you, you're gonna be used and abused.
Big back to
Don't get it confused.
Broad back, wide back, linebacker.
So, sister, give me Proverbs. No, give me Sirach 26 about I think it's verse 13. Sirach 26 verse 13. So a sister that has her body right or whatever, that shows a level of wisdom. Read what you got.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 13.
Go ahead.
The grace of a wife delighteth her husband.
Come on.
And her discretion
Her
will
what?
Her discretion.
Her what?
Her discretion.
Her discretion. If a woman is discreet, first and foremost, she's going to be modest. She's not going to go get a BBL so you can see her damn, you know what I'm saying, her cellulite everywhere she goes, everywhere she walks. You understand? She's going to be modest. But not only that, she's going to be discreet in terms of her diet. She's going to use discretion at the damn buffet. She gonna use discretion when it comes to her plate load. You understand? She's not going to devour. She's not going to bite and devour every plate in sight. You understand? She understands discretion in terms of mannerisms, etiquette. You understand? As well as her conversation and her modest apparel. All of that goes with discretion. So this discretion will what?
Will fatten his bones.
Will fatten his bones, meaning make her man stronger. That's why she's going to attract an alpha male, because an alpha male is looking to acquire a woman that makes him better. You understand? Yeah, brings something to the table, right, that can complete his garden. Go ahead.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord.
Read.
And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Come on.
A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace.
Read.
And her continent mind.
Her what?
Her continent mind.
Her continent mind. You know what a continent mind is? A continent mind is a mind that can refrain from lust. And we don't talk about it often enough, right? It's one thing, of course, a woman, it's hard to imagine having a woman that lusts after other men. It's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want you if you think about other dudes. That's one thing. But food is a lust too.
Sheesh.
Sisters be real incontinent when it come to food. I'm telling you, you try to get sisters to stick to a diet, they just cannot keep that thing under control.
Y'all better take heed to that.
Oh, it's just a 1 week diet, but on day 3, you right back with some damn Wendy's nuggets. 4 for 4. Yeah, you understand?
12 for
You
12.
can't make this stuff up.
So I'm telling you, bro, we gotta, when we bring these scriptures out, I know we address in terms of conversation and modesty and all of that, but diet and taking care of your body is wrapped into all of this. Brothers and sisters, understand that. Discretion, continent mind, all of that goes into discipline in all aspects, including with your diet. Because guess what? The sin that we don't talk about, one of the sins we don't talk about that is very prevalent amongst our people is gluttony. You understand? That's one of the sins that we will be dealing with in spiritual Sodom. That's a what's the word I'm looking for? An indicator that we are living in spiritual Sodom. Get that real quick. Ezekiel 16:49, because we know Revelation 11:8. The great city which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Look at what God says about spiritual Sodom.
The book
Come
of
on.
Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 49.
Read.
Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom.
So this is the iniquity of Sodom. Come on.
Pride.
Pride, that's number one. Think about it. In America, right? Which is the chief sodomite nation of today. What do they call their parades of sodomite activity? Their days that they celebrate, all of this. They call it Pride. Pride Month, the Pride flag.
Right.
You understand? LGBT pride. Yes, that's the number one sin of Sodom. Go ahead.
Fullness of bread.
What?
Fullness of bread.
Fullness of bread. That equates to one word, brothers and sisters. Gluttony.
Sheesh.
Gluttony. I'm telling you, that's the number one thing. Remember Lot's wife? Remember, they was coming out of where? It was coming out of Sodom.
Message.
Now look, I'm gonna say I'm gonna ruffle some feathers with this one. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. We gotta put things into perspective. When we bring out Remember Lot's wife, we talk about like the material things, and Sodom was a rich place. Sis was comfortable. She didn't want to leave. The cares of this world, so on and so forth, right? But you know, we talk about what the scriptures talk about, how we're gonna get persecuted from city to city. That means, think about it. To get persecuted from city to city, that means you're losing your house, your property, the things that you worked hard up until this point for in Babylon. That's over with. That's out the window.
Message.
So yes, remember Lot's wife in that aspect. A lot of you sisters, you got to learn to detach. You got to draw near to the Lord and understand the spiritual reward for enduring in this walk and going through those tribulations, as opposed to being butthurt about losing all the material things that you harass your husband for, right? But also, in persecution, we fleeing from city to city. You know, we got incentives, we got standards as men of the Lord, we got MOV, you know what I'm saying? We got different programs set up for brothers to be in shape. And, you know, we working. But you sisters, you know, when we got to do all this, we got to persecute. I mean, we get persecuted from city to city. We got to be on the move. A lot of you sisters going to take Remember Lot's wife to a new level. Your ass going to look back because you too tired to go any further because you fat and out of shape.
Save yourself.
You too full. For real. You can't climb over mountains and, you know what I'm saying? Like things of steep altitudes, and
She's not jumping the fence, Kyle.
you know what I'm saying? You ain't jumping on fence. You obese.
Big bad.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I just want to put that out there. Remember Lot's wife. Remember Lot's. Hey, Don't look back because, you know, you looking forward at a steep hill. You're gonna have to, and you already out of breath, and you looking back like, damn. I don't know. Maybe they'll take me and feed me some M&Ms. I don't know. But sisters, that thing is serious. So that's the gem of the week, y'all. You sisters, that whorish attire, that BBL body, and all of that. Don't be seduced by that.
Don't fall for it.
You don't win from the man that you attract from that. All right. The overweight body, a brother. Well, let me put it like this. You ain't gonna win. All right, you're not gonna win. Get in shape.
no.
That's right.
If you're serious about applying the scriptures, you understand that health and wellness is within those scriptures about a godly woman having a continent mind and having discretion and things of that nature. You're going to get your diet right, right? You're going to take your health serious. Health and good estate of body is above all gold, all right? So that's the gem of the week for you sisters. That sister, she was on point. All right, all praise to the Most High. So let's get back into the topic. Pull up the thumbnail. All right, what we talking about today?
The end of the world and temptation therein.
The end of the world and temptation therein.
That's
Brothers
right.
and sisters, listen. We at the end, y'all. We at the end. All right, get Matthew 24 real quick. Pretty sure this the hottest scripture on the market. Well, we finna pull it. Matthew 24 verse 4.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Jesus
Start at
answered,
verse 3.
Verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Of the what?
The end of the world.
What are the signs of the end of the world? What are the indicators that we're at the end of the world? Read verse 6.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
You're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. One thing I learned about this scripture, because, of course, you know, you hear about World War III as far as rumors, right? You've heard about the Russian-Ukraine war,
Right.
the Israel and Hamas war,
Right.
right? And people don't like to talk about the wars going on in Africa and the Congo and the Sudan and so on and so. It's a lot of wars popping off.
Right.
But it's also different types of wars, like a tariff war. You understand? Donald Trump just popped off a tariff war.
Damn.
Read it again.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
So you're going to hear about different wars and different types of wars happening at the end of the world. Come on.
See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet.
Right, meaning it's the preheat stage. The oven is preheating. When you see things like this happening, the oven is preheating. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation.
One nation is going to rise against another nation. Come on.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Read.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
All right, so let's get that first clip. Watch this, y'all.
The United States launched a trade war against Canada, their closest partner and ally, their closest friend.
Pause. So you heard what he said. He said the United States launched a trade what?
War.
Trade war against Canada. I ain't gonna lie. Canada has always had a weird place in my mind. Like, what is that? Like, it's up there.
Damn.
Like, they don't, to my not like they don't speak too different. You know what I'm saying? Drake from there, he act just like American people. Like what's the separation? Like why they in America, like North America,
Right.
but they not the United States. Like what's up?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
What they got going?
Good question.
So
Some of y'all know what I'm
it's
talking
come
about.
to a point where now we're seeing a clear separation. Now they at odds. You know what I'm saying? Like how King Bun said, we from 64th and 65th, we not from 63rd. And people like be so amazed, like, wow, so they killing each other and they right down the street?
Yes.
Yeah. United States and Canada is damn O Block versus STL. Yes. All right. So, play it again from the top.
The United States launched a trade war against Canada, their closest partner and ally, their closest friend. At the same time, they're talking about working positively with Russia, appeasing Vladimir Putin, a lying, murderous dictator. Make that make sense. Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake. I want to speak first directly to the American people. We don't want this. We want to work with you as a friend and ally. And we don't want to see you hurt either. But your government has chosen to do this to you. Now I want to speak directly to one specific American, Donald. In the over 8 years you and I have worked together, we've done big things. We signed a historic deal that has created record jobs and growth in both of our countries. We've done big things together on the world stage, as Canada and the US have done together for decades, for generations. And now we should be working together to ensure even greater prosperity for North Americans in a very uncertain and challenging world. Now, it's not in my habit to agree with the Wall Street Journal, but Donald, they point out that even though you're a very smart guy, this is a very dumb thing to do. We two friends fighting is exactly what our opponents around the world want to see.
All righty
Shut your
then.
white mouth.
So, Canada, they pissed. They not feeling it. The trade wars. All right? Donald Trump, well, we finna get into it. I don't want to jump the clip. Play the next clip. So, Canada, like, look, we ain't backing down. So, is it just Canada? No. All right? Play this clip. Watch this.
Trade war has officially begun because Canada, Mexico, and China are pissed and have now all announced their own plans on how to retaliate against Trump's tariffs. So what the hell is going on? Well, you see, yesterday Trump's promised 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico and 10% on China officially kicked in. What that means is that any goods sent from these countries to the United States will now cost companies 25% more, or 10% in China's case. So for example, if a Canadian business sent a car to the US that cost $50,000, today US companies will pay a $12,500 tariff at the border. So the price of your once $50,000 car is now actually $62,500. Why would Trump purposefully make things more expensive for Americans? Well, two main reasons. The first is more of a longer-term, unguaranteed benefit, but it would be to change consumer habits to buy more American-made products and incentivize more international companies to manufacture in the U.S. In theory, that means a stronger U.S. economy, more stable jobs, and less dependence on foreign countries. The second reason for imposing these tariffs would be to use them as a tool to pressure Canada, Mexico, and China into doing what Trump wants. Some of these things that he's publicly mentioned include renegotiating trade deals, stopping illegal immigration, and the flow of fentanyl. There's also the far-fetched idea of Canada becoming a state of America. But here's where things get interesting, because instead of just doing what Trump wants, Canada has clapped back with a 25% tariff of their own, and Mexico said they're doing the same but haven't announced the percentage yet. China reacted a little differently by preparing to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. So why is Trump not backing down? Just listen to this. In 2023, Canada sent 76% of all of their exports to the United States. That accounts for roughly 19% of their entire GDP. In 2024, Mexico sent 78% of all of their exports to the United States. That makes up 37% of their entire GDP. But for America, their exports to both countries combined only make up roughly 2.7% of their entire GDP. So simply put, even if they do retaliate, getting into a tariff war with the United States would hit Canada and Mexico much harder. Trump knows this, and he's using it.
This is crazy.
Alrighty. So give me Revelation 18 first, just as a good check to a lot of Christians and even some bugged out Israelites pertaining to Babylon. Some people say the U.S. is not Babylon. Babylon the Great in the Bible.
What?
This right here is a prime example of who Babylon the Great is. You understand?
Message.
The reason why Trump is willing to do such a bold act of putting 25% tariffs on generational partners, nations that are generational partners, is because he understands that it's going to hurt them way more than it hurts us. These nations depend, and I'm talking about us, the U.S. What it is, us. Like, you know, stop. Well, you know what I mean? Like the word U.S.
Yeah, right. We got you.
Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
That's right.
That's right.
These nations depend on the U.S. Revelation 18, verse 3.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, meaning her, what's the word, liberal agendas and policies and things of that nature. All nations have partook in the whoredom, the spiritual whoredom of the United States of America. It's talking about Babylon the Great, but we letting you know the U.S. influence throughout the earth has been widespread all over the globe.
That's right.
Come on.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Watch this.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right, so these corporations, these foreign corporations, have waxed rich through the abundance of Babylon's delicacies. Who has waxed rich through Iraq delicacies? Right. You know what I'm saying? In terms, all nations. Come on now. The only one that probably have is America from going over there and killing and stealing it.
Right.
The hell is this?
Message.
But the nations depend on America in order to keep their economy fluent. You understand? To keep their economy strong. They depend on America. That's a prime example of how America is Babylon the Great. Now watch this. Go to Daniel chapter 8. So this is what Donald Trump is fulfilling by doing these trade wars. He flexing. Daniel 8:23.
Daniel chapter 8, verse 23. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full.
Right. So at the end of the world, when a white man's rulership is almost up, go ahead.
A king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up.
Right. And it ain't talking about just one individual, but it's going to come a time of leadership over this ruling power that is going to be fierce. You understand? And they know they have but a short time. Come on.
And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power.
Meaning he gets his power from Satan. He's empowered by the devil. Go ahead.
And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
He's going to destroy the Israelites. All 12 tribes.
This is America.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and Latinos.
Message.
You understand? He's going to destroy them. Go ahead.
And through his...
And when I say destroy, not wipe them out physically. You understand? But do things like ice raids and deport them and further oppress them. You understand? Take away some of the things that nourished us, that, you know, that we depended on for so long. He's going to remove public housing. He's going to remove... You understand? WIC. He's going to remove things like that to further destroy our people. Come on.
And through his policy also.
Through his what?
And through his policy also.
Through his policy also. Through his policy also. Through his trade wars. Through his 25% tariffs. Come on.
He shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
That's what he doing. He being crafty. He playing a long game.
Right.
Yeah, this gonna hurt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Some people, companies gonna suffer, whatever the case. But I understand what it takes to get the U.S. domination back in effect. You understand? I gotta hurt these nations in the long run to where they humble down and they come back to daddy. You understand? He's craftily using these policies that he can afford, these foreign policies, to prosper. Go ahead.
And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He
shall magnify himself in his heart. In that little battle he had with Zelensky, he said, because Zelensky said something like, "You're gonna get hurt" or something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And his response was, "We're not. Anytime soon, nobody's gonna do nothing to us," or something like that. Damn! I wish I had the clip. But anyway, Donald Trump boldly said to Zelensky, "We ain't worried about none of that. We ain't worried about nothing you talking about." You understand? Like them little kids be saying at my job,
I don't give a damn.
You ain't talking about shit. That's what Donald Trump said. Come on.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
Right. So his pride level is going to reach that high to where he think he's going to be able to oppose Christ. So you got to think, if this person gonna be, or these leaders at this time is going to be rolling in that spirit, just imagine the level of pride within them towards other nations.
Right.
All right, but get Obadiah real quick.
Message.
Matter of fact, play that clip first. Play that clip.
Exploring options to leave NATO by the end of the year. Trump officials are being told to find ways to leave NATO legally, as Trump plans to explore a treaty with Russia instead. Yesterday, Russia sent over their own mineral deal to the United States, offering $200 billion more worth of minerals. This deal would also see both countries lift sanctions on each other for the first time since 1939, while also giving the U.S. mineral deals in the Ukraine territory they occupy. Many Republicans today also voicing their support to leave NATO, as well as Elon Musk saying, "I agree," also on leaving the UN. Trump and Putin are already working on an economic partnership, but many inside of Europe believe that a military partnership is in the works as well. So serious that Hungary's President Viktor Orban suggested to Europe that they better solve the Ukraine war before the U.S. flips sides. Countries such as Italy already siding with the U.S. cutting all aid to Ukraine, as well as Slovakia joining them. The White House confirms they are not going to sign any future mineral deal with Ukraine. This was then followed by the announcement that all Ukraine aid is canceled. So, should the U.S. align themselves with Russia? Let me know. Damn!
Get Obadiah. Obadiah verse 7. So the U.S. is rumored to be leaving NATO. Sheesh. Obadiah verse 7.
Obadiah verse 7.
Come on.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought
Read
thee.
verse 1 first.
Verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Edom.
Edom, the so-called white man, right? And the chief power of Edom in the earth is the United States of America.
That's right.
That's where the seat of Satan is. So now read verse 7.
Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy.
All the nations that were your allies, like Canada, right? Like a lot of those European countries and NATO and the EU. The men of your confederacy, come on,
have brought thee even to the border.
Have brought thee even to the border. To do what? To go to war. Come on.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Read.
And prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
So this is prophetic, brothers and sisters. The men that eat thy bread. We just showed the clip of how nations like Canada, China, Mexico, and of course different European countries, they essentially depend on a lot of the resources that come from America. It's a big chunk, a big portion of their economy, the success thereof. So these nations eat of the bread of America. God said, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Meaning they're going to conspire together. You understand?
Message.
And fire offense. I don't know a better way to put it. They gon' strike. These other nations that were your allies, they are going to strike. That's Bible prophecy.
Right.
Now watch this. Play the next clip.
The time has come for the UK and the EU to declare a state of war with the United States of America.
Y'all see this?
Ever since the
Y'all see how real the Bible is?
Sheesh.
That's what the Bible tells us. Study to show yourself approved. When all this stuff going on in the last days, you must stay in the scriptures. Stay in the Bible.
That's right.
Because the Christian church ain't giving this understanding.
Right.
Apologists is watching right now, cringing, saying, he's taking Obadiah out of context. There are no more Edomites. God so loved the world except for the Edomites because they're extinct already. He killed them. That's talking about the Philistines in 586 BC. And you understand? They just can't stand the book of Obadiah. They can't stand that we reading it and applying it to America. But guess what? You seeing the men of America's Confederacy, his allies, are conspiring to lay a wound against them.
Right.
The bomb.
They are contemplating declaring. We are at that stage. Rumors of wars. You understand?
Yes, sir.
The Bible is real, brothers and sisters. And when I say the Bible is real, I'm talking about how the Israelites bring it out.
That's right.
We the only, all praises to the Most High for pouring His Spirit on us because we accepted the black Messiah, Jesus Christ, as our Savior and repented and turned back to the commandments of God. The Lord poured His Spirit upon us to be able to go into the scriptures, the book of the law, read it distinctly, and give the sense. Right? And what you see going on in the world, we can read a Bible verse and it's exactly what it is.
That's right.
We just read the men of your confederacy, them that eat your bread, they gonna lay a wound against thee. Play it again.
fascist and the EU to declare a state of war with the United States of America. Ever since the fascist takeover by Donald Trump, Doge, and Elon Musk, America now represents a serious threat to democracy across the world, especially in the Western world. And by betraying Ukraine, Zelensky, and the EU and leaving us at the mercy of Vladimir Putin, we have no choice now but to fight for freedom and democracy for all people all around the world. Now, of course, this is not a fight that's going to be easy to win. America is a very powerful country, but I will be the first to volunteer to fight for that cause, to fight that war, whether it's on the beaches of New York or the shores of the River Thames. We must fight fascism wherever we see it, as nations. and stand as one, whether that's us without America in NATO fighting Donald Trump's armies, or whether that's fighting Vladimir Putin. If we don't take action now and stand for our values, stand for our liberal left-wing values, then I believe they will be under threat and possibly destroyed forever. Now, obviously, America is a nuclear-armed country, and that poses a serious challenge. But sometimes you have to stand up and fight for what you believe in, no matter what the challenge is or what the consequences might be. Diplomatically, this will be very difficult, given our long-standing allyship with the United States. But sometimes allies do turn on each other, and times change.
Damn.
And you have to stand up for your values, no matter what.
So, go to Revelation 17, man. Revelation 17. And read verse 3.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 3.
Come on.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness.
In the what?
In the spirit.
In the spirit. So this is not a literal fairy tale. You know how people that don't understand the Bible try to shame the Bible. It talks about dragons and unicorns. No.
Hell no.
This is a parable, an allegory.
That's
All right? Come on.
Into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast.
Right, a red beast. This is talking about the United States of America. The woman represents the United States of America. Come on.
Full of names of blasphemy.
Full of names of blasphemy, meaning Christianity. Jews, they say that the real Jews are white. You understand? What we know biblically is Amalek. Who the world calls Jews and Christians, they are blaspheming the name of the real Jews and the real followers of Christ. You understand? Come on.
Right.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns.
And 7 heads and 10 horns is talking about NATO and the European Union. Right? They were all connected. They were all one. America, because they all Esau.
Right.
You understand? They all of the beast. But you had America, and then you had these European nations and allies. But now read verse 16. What would happen in time? Come on.
Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest.
So the 10 horns that was on the scarlet colored beast. Come on.
Upon the beast.
Uh-huh.
These shall hate the whore.
They're going to turn around and hate the woman. Who is the woman? America. Babylon. They're going to hate America. Come on.
And shall make her desolate and naked.
Read.
And shall eat her flesh.
Uh-huh.
And burn her with fire.
Lay a wound against thee. That's what the Bible is. These European nations that were formerly allies of America, they going to drop their nuts. You understand? They going to wake up the mighty men and prepare war. That is Bible prophecy.
Hit the bomb!
You understand? So trust and believe. Yeah. That's World War III, if you didn't know, by the way.
Message.
All of that is connected to World War III. Listen, we are at the end of the world. You understand? This is, what it say, the beginning of sorrows. The fact that you got Europeans boldly making videos on platforms saying, look, it's time to declare war. Understand, we knocking. We knocking. Understand that. All right, play that next clip.
Hey, can I get some of that, Kel?
Go ahead.
And that's how you know Esau hasn't been destroyed already. Because the Bible prophesies these things to take place in the end of the world. Get that real quick in 2 Ezra chapter 11. Start at verse 39.
2 Esdras, chapter 11, verse 39.
Come on.
Art not thou it that remaineth of the 4 beasts, whom I made to reign in my world?
That's what America is, the head of Rome reborn in the earth. They remain in the earth. Come on.
That the end of their times might come through them?
Because we know that according to 2 Ezra, also chapter 6, it says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that comes after. We know the end of times, the end of life as we know it, is going to come through this race of people, the so-called American white man. Come on.
And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth.
What other nation had this kind of power? What other race of people had a military and sanctions and army bases all over the world? What is it, 485 military bases throughout the planet Earth? What other nation has that kind of power? No one except the so-called white man. Come on.
With much wicked
And
oppression.
they rule with much wicked oppression. They're putting the what is it called? They said what is it called? The tariffs. They're changing the rules, and now they're going to try to go to war, and they doing this and doing that, showing the level of oppression that is embedded and ingrained in this nation of people. Come on.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
And that's what they've done with these fake deals and these fake agreements. Now they acting like they getting with Russia, acting like we're finna be at peace. But all these things are the fulfillment of Bible prophecy that the end of the world may come through them. Jump down real quick, verse 43. Verse 43.
Verse 43.
Come on.
Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty.
But the Most High sees all these things that America is doing amongst the nations, but it's all part of Bible prophecy for World War III to commence. Come on.
The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled.
That's what we about to see take place. When all this stuff unfolds, this prideful race of people will lose in the end. Thus saith the Lord.
Hit the bomb! Hey, read the bottom of verse 39 again, where it said that the end.
That the end of their time.
And that's what we're talking about, the end of the world. That's the end of their time. Because remember, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of their followers. This world has to end in order for the people at the bottom in this world, right, the so-called minorities, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos. This world has to end in order for us to inherit our rulership. Right. You understand?
Yeah.
So the end of their times might what?
Might come through them.
So that's Revelation 17:16. Their own destruction is going to come from their own. You understand? The end of their times is going to come through them. Them warring with each other. You understand? That's how this thing going to go down. The own weapons that they created for mass destruction is going to destroy them damn selves.
That's right.
All right. But transitioning to it's still dealing with the end of the world, but going into more of the Matthew 24 outside of the war aspect. All right, play that clip real quick.
Collapse set to send temperatures plunging in the U.S. and Canada. That's right, another polar vortex. That's a little different. The polar vortex collapse is expected over the next 2 weeks, causing extreme winter weather and travel disruption across North America. The weather phenomenon is expected to develop in mid-March, bringing severe cold temperatures across parts of Canada, the United States, and it may also impact UK and Europe. Now, polar vortex collapse occurs when the layers between 10 and 50 kilometers above Earth's surface warms up to 50 degrees in just 2 days. Known as a sudden stratospheric warming, SSW, this warming can weaken the polar vortex, causing cold Arctic air to move southward and can lead to extreme weather conditions. Now, the polar vortex collapse will be the second in 2025, after collapse last month caused deep freezes and travel havoc in North America. No storms and sub-zero temperatures impacted millions of Americans and the majority of the country in February. Well, I guess we're getting another one. If the upcoming vortex disruption weakens the jet stream, it may release cold air from the polar regions into North America or Eurasia. AccuWeather's lead meteorologist said we are predicting a displacement of the polar vortex on the Europe and eastern Canada side of the polar. When the polar vortex is disrupted, whether stretched, displaced, or split, it can but does not always impact this polar jet stream. The timing is uncertain for North America, but could see a change in the pattern for late March into early April. A polar vortex is a large area of low pressure and cold air which rotates around the north and south poles of the Earth and corresponds to the narrow bands of winds 8 to 11 kilometers above Earth's surface, known as a jet stream. Now, when the vortexes weaken, the jet stream can become less stable and lets cold polar air spill southward, leading to extreme and unpredictable weather. An expert explained that there's a small chance of a complete split in the jet stream pattern, which would last 4 to 7 weeks. He went on to say, but a displacement or a change in the pattern is more likely. Such a change would last less time and would affect Europe and Central and Eastern North America. I don't know, guys. It looks like we're about to get some serious weather. And of all months, March and April. Great. Polar.
So, check this
This is
out.
crazy.
Get Ciroc 43. So, what is called a polar vortex, right? Think about polar. When you think about polar, don't get the Christmas spirit. But you think about the what? The North Pole.
Right.
In city trends, South Pole. But
Right.
in this context, we talking about the North Pole.
Message.
Because this is why this weird weather has been happening lately, and it's going to continue to happen in the coming weeks ahead of us, right? The cold air from the North Pole is coming downward, down south in North America. You understand? And hitting us in a time in which is usually warm, springtime, right? Now let me not jump the gun. Read Sirach 43, verse 20.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 43, verse 20.
Come on.
When the cold north wind.
When the what?
When the cold north wind.
From the North Polar Vortex. Go ahead.
When the cold north wind bloweth, and the water is congealed into ice, it abideth upon every gathering together of water.
Read.
And clotheth the water as with a breastplate.
Right, meaning water turns into sheets of ice. And it's very unsafe. Come on.
It devoureth the mountains.
It what?
It devoureth the mountains.
Read.
And burneth the wilderness, and consumeth the grass as fire.
Right, meaning it's bad for the land. Now think about the timing of this, right? This is happening in the springtime. The cold north thing. This don't happen. The damn polar vortex, you understand? The cold north wind is coming to the south in a time of spring, ear of corn. Is coming to devour the damn grass that the corn would grow from. You understand? What's a product of stuff like that? Famine. Famine. Play the next clip. So I'm telling y'all, it's getting real, y'all. It's getting real.
Yeah.
Play the next clip.
Y'all better take heed
Watch
to this.
Breaking news. In 2025, the world is once again under siege by deadly viruses. The UK is on high alert as the H5N1 bird flu ravages farms, forcing authorities to cull thousands of birds, while experts warn it's just one mutation away from spreading among humans. Across the Atlantic, the USA has reported its first human fatality from the same virus, raising alarm bells about the potential for a global pandemic. And if that wasn't enough, Europe faces the rapid spread of the Oropouche virus, a once rare tropical illness now making its way into urban centers, fueled by deforestation and climate change. These aren't isolated events. They're a stark reminder that we are living in a fragile world where viruses adapt faster than we can respond.
Damn.
Are we prepared to face the next wave of outbreaks, or are we repeating the mistakes of the past? Masks, sanitizers, and vigilance are no longer optional. They're our first line of defense. Act now, stay informed, and protect yourself, because this isn't a distant threat. It's happening right here, right now.
Right, so that's what we read in Matthew 24 about pestilences. All right, play the next clip. Watch this. This is what's going on right now. Hold on, wait. Not that one yet. Whoa. Slow your roll. I need the Simpsons clip. Watch this.
The U.S. is going into quarantine next March, and The Simpsons already warned us. In season 29, episode 7, a mysterious virus spreads within hours. It all starts in a food factory with contaminated products. Supermarkets collapse, restaurants shut down, hospitals are overwhelmed. The government declares a national emergency. The military blocks roads. And the most shocking part? In the final scene, a map shows the entire U.S. in red with the message, Global Health Crisis, 2025. Now, in real life, the CDC is warning about a highly contagious stomach virus. Did The Simpsons predict it again? Are we on the verge of a new pandemic? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The U.S. is
Stomach. Huh. Oh, my God. Play that next clip. The hell going on in 2025? Play that.
We got to talk about something. I just recently got the norovirus, and before I got it, I had no idea what it was, never even heard of it. So, let me tell you about my experience. I got it about a week and a half ago, and for about a 6-day period, I did not leave my bed. Never in my life. You know, I've gotten COVID, I've gotten terrible sicknesses in the past. But this norovirus, I was scared to leave my house. If I left my house, in about an hour I was going to have to run to the bathroom. So if you hear about your friend or somebody that has the norovirus, all I'm saying is run. If you have to, I would even move a state over.
Damn! So, it's so bad. The SH, literally, is so bad. He couldn't leave his house for a whole week. Because as soon as you leave your house, if it ain't no bathroom accessible, it's over with. You leaking.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Hell no! And the norovirus, it come out of multiple holes. You can... it's terrible. You understand? And that's a virus of the stomach. And a lot of people is catching that thing right now. Right. As we speak.
Are you serious?
That thing going stupid. That thing going stupid. So, all right, we got to keep rolling, y'all. We're going to have to skip the what the hell is this. It's all right. We still going to get content. Don't worry about it. The Lord wanted to just say that for just TikTok. All right. So now let's deal with the temptation. So we showing y'all at the end of the world, there's gonna be pestilences, right? There's gonna be different things that contribute to the famine. Not only tariff wars, trade wars, and the economy collapsing, but the weather is gonna it's gonna be all type of factors to contribute to famines. And of course, you got wars.
That's right.
Rumors of wars that lead up to the ultimate war, World War III. All these things are the signs of the end of the world. All right? But in the end of the world, there's also going to be a time of great temptation. All right, give me that real quick. 2 Timothy 3, verse 1.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 1. This know also, that in the last days.
In the what?
In the last days.
So in the last days, when you have wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, famines, earthquakes in diverse places, all of these natural disasters, so on and so forth, it's going to be perilous times. All right, come on.
Perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
So men are going to be lovers of their own selves. So with all this pandemonium, people are still going to manage to be caught up in vanity. You understand? Lovers of their own selves, chasing clout. With all this going on, people ain't going to be coming together trying to get resources together to survive and so on and so forth. People still going to be worried about their follower count. People still going to be worried about running up a check.
You can't make this stuff.
Read verse 4.
Verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded.
Come on.
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Why is there going to be a prominent spirit in the last days? Because before the destruction of any empire, you have an age of decadence, meaning a time period in which that kingdom decays. And we're gonna break it down for y'all. Like, put that on the screen real quick.
Decadence. Decadence was a late 19th century movement emphasizing the need for sensationalism.
The what?
Emphasizing the need for sensationalism.
The need for sensationalism. That's social media addiction right there. You gotta find something viral. You gotta make a post. You gotta get likes. You gotta get comments. What? It's sensational. Come on.
No.
Egocentricity. Bizarre, artificial, perverse, and exotic sensations and experiences.
That's 2 Timothy chapter 3. That's what we just read. Come on.
By extension, it may refer to a decline in art, literature, science, technology, and work ethics.
And what?
And work ethics.
So instead of people studying to be engineers and doctors and things of that nature, how do I become an influencer?
Right.
You understand? How do I make money from streaming?
You can't.
To hell with education and all that. You understand? It's a decline in all of that. Go ahead.
Or, very loosely, to self-indulgent behavior.
Men shall be lovers of their own selves, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Read.
Usage of the term sometimes implies moral censure or an acceptance of the idea, met with throughout the world since ancient times, that such declines are objectively observable and that they inevitably precede the destruction of the society in question.
It said that these things inevitably precede the destruction of the society in question. Meaning it's inevitable for this stage to happen, leading up to the destruction of a present society. Scroll down. Scroll down. Read that last sentence on that paragraph. In the late 19th century. Scroll up a little bit. It bore. Come on. It bore.
It bore the neutral meaning of decay, decrease, or decline until the late 19th century, when the influence of new theories of social degeneration.
Of what?
Social degeneration.
Social degeneration. YNs.
Sheesh.
You understand? Social degeneration. Go ahead.
Contributed to its modern meaning.
Come on.
The idea that a society or institution is declining is called declinism. This may be caused by the predisposition caused by cognitive biases such as rosy retrospection to view the past more favorably and future more negatively.
Damn.
Declinism has been...
Hey, give me that real quick. That's the scripture. Ecclesiastes 7 and 10. Read that real quick. Watch this.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 10.
Read.
Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these?
So you see that? It say that this may be caused by the predisposition caused by cognitive biases, to view the past more favorably and the future more negatively. Read that again.
Say not thou, what is the cause that the former days were better than these?
Come on.
For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this.
So this is the state of mind. This is where we at in society. Now read that, declinism.
Declinism has been described as a trick of the mind and as an emotional strategy, something comforting to snuggle up to when the present day seems intolerably bleak.
Right. So make America great again. All right. Go ahead.
This is America.
Other cognitive factors contributing to the popularity of declinism may include the reminisce bump, as well as both the positivity effect and negativity bias.
Scroll down. Scroll down. All right. So go to the next jump. The clip. Watch this.
Tearing down American power. He's overseeing its managed decline.
So his first few words was cut off, but he's talking about Donald Trump. He's saying Donald Trump isn't. Go back, play it from the top.
Trump isn't tearing down American power. He's overseeing its managed decline. His job is to sell you that collapse as a victory. Mass deportations aren't about border security. They're about removing the workforce that kept manual labor jobs cheap. You are next in line to take those jobs. Picking fruit, washing dishes, scrubbing floors. Corporate America has been preparing you for it for years. They told you college was pointless, not because of woke indoctrination, but because they don't want you too educated to be a warehouse grunt. 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Wages have stagnated since the 1970s, while CEO pay skyrocketed by over 1,400%. The elite built their empire on your labor and debt, and now they're abandoning ship, offshore accounts, private jets, billionaire bunkers. They don't care about your survival. They've made their plans. The U.S. economy is on life support. Corporate profits hit record highs, but American industries are collapsing under global competition. Oil is a prime example. American producers need $40 a barrel just to stay viable. OPEC can still turn a profit at $10. If they want to, they can flood the market and bankrupt U.S. producers overnight. Trump knows this. He's already watched it happen, but he'll still tell you to drill, baby, drill. His rhetoric isn't about energy independence. It's about running you into the ground. Trump's policies do not protect American jobs. They hand your future to global financial elites, those who own trillions through asset managers like BlackRock and Vanguard. These companies have no allegiance to America. They operate above national interests, exploiting markets and workers wherever it's most profitable. They see you as disposable labor in their global empire. America's decline isn't accidental. It's baked into the system. Predatory capitalism has reached its final phase. The rich have untethered themselves from the nation and its people. They will sacrifice you without hesitation. The ship is sinking. You will not be saved.
Damn! See, that's why in Revelation 6, when World War III pop off and talk about how the rocks gonna be moved, them that's hiding in the rocks.
That's right.
That's real.
Right.
The billionaires, they know what's up. That's why I said the King of First County is gonna rise up, understanding dark sentences. They know what's up. They set the stage. They set the stage, man. Play that next clip real quick. Come on.
1973 is pretty much the high point of the American empire. For those of you who haven't figured it out, we've been in decline for 50 years. 1973 was our apex, was our height. The distance from the poorest person to the richest person was really, really low. And it was a time of innovation. We landed on the moon. That wasn't a bad thing to do. Think of how primitive the computers were. They were so awful that they had to hire mathematicians to double check the results from the computers because they knew the computers weren't reliable. They could get you the answer quickly, but they couldn't get it to you accurately. They were black women. We put them in back rooms. Don't worry, nobody had to know about it. Nixon doesn't quite do all the damage, but he does some. And by many socioeconomic indicators, the United States starts to go backwards in 1973. What Nixon tries to do is begin to chip away at the American education system on purpose. He doesn't really do that much damage. Honestly, he doesn't do that much damage to the economy either, but he does damage to the economy. Reagan is the guy who does the destruction to the education system. He slashes funding. It's terrible. We've had 40 years of underfunded education. And I have to tell you, I have a steady stream of students who've just basically never held an idea in their brains in their lives. And they can barely read, and they can't do math. It's not a thing.
So the production of idiots is intentional.
Right. Sheesh.
But watch this. Go to Obadiah real quick.
Yes, sir.
So he was like, at our peak, he mentioned we landed on the moon.
Bring it out.
But since then, we've been in a state of what? Decay. Show y'all how Show y'all how real the Bible is. Obadiah verse 4.
Obadiah verse 4.
Come on.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Though thou what?
Exalt thyself as the eagle.
Remember, we read verse 1 earlier. This is concerning Edom, the so-called white race. They exalt themselves as the eagle all the way from the time of Rome, Greece. You understand? To America today. They exalt themselves as the eagle. Come on.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Among the what?
Among the stars.
What is that talking about? Space travel.
That's right.
They landed on the moon in 1969. You understand? The same year that Abba Bivens was out there teaching.
Yeah.
You understand? Who the 12 tribes of Israel, Lord. Coincidentally, the same year they landed on the moon, and when Neil Armstrong took a step on the moon, he said, what? The eagle has landed. So, watch this. Read on.
Thence.
What?
Thence.
So, from that point, from the point that, the white man, from the point that you land on the moon, you set your eagle's nest among the stars. From thence, go ahead.
Will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
The age of decadence starts there. Hit the ball. We have been in decay since then.
Gotcha.
The Bible is a real. Stop playing. How the apologists explain that?
Yes.
So anyway, go to the next John. All right. Still dealing with decadence. Scroll down to where it's saying the early stage. Scroll down. Yep, read that in the early stage.
In the early
Damn. Thank you. Come on.
In the early stage of the age of decadence, materialism becomes a driving force in society, inducing many in the upper classes to indulge in excessive, often conspicuous consumption as an absurdly wealthy elite emerges. Far too many societal elites and non-elites become convinced that increased consumption and social status is the key to happiness.
Damn.
But in its pursuit, they become demonstrably more pessimistic and less happy and fulfilled.
Damn.
The search for happiness and fulfillment leads to imprudence and voyeurism, becoming central to the culture.
Right, meaning ignorance. Come on.
Unhappy people searching for diversion becomes fixated on celebrities and captive to evolving voyeurism.
Y'all see that? Captive to involving, what meaning slaves to instant gratification. Come on.
And voyeurism takes on a more sinister aspect as people in both ancient and modern empires become increasingly desensitized to graphic images,
pornography,
and willing spectators or participants in violence and debauchery.
But we finna crash. Everybody crash, bruh. You cannot make this up. Come on.
Debauchery is an oft-recurring theme in the demise of empires.
Come on.
Societies develop an abnormally immature obsession with sex.
Oh, what?
An abnormally immature obsession with sex.
The key indicator, you in the age of decadence. You at the end of the world. It's an abnormally immature obsession with sex. What's the number one from the time of the scriptures?
Sheesh, man.
The number one downfall, the number one sin to this day, it has always been fornication.
Hit the bomb!
Brothers can know all these scriptures, all these prophecies, be aware of all of this stuff lining up at the end, and still let a piece of coochie cause them to go astray from the Lord. Because look at the times that we live in. It's everywhere. Everybody, that's on everybody's mind, whether they know it or not. Message sex. Come on.
An obsession that requires increasing deviancy to saturate, coupled with concurrent abuse of children and the marginalization and exploitation of women.
Damn.
Meanwhile, the use of drugs.
I ain't gonna lie. That's definitely at its peak today. Just go on Instagram. Just go on the Exploit. Well, don't do it. But
don't fall for it.
Commercials, ads. If people want to sell something, if people want to promote their music, they use women. They exploit women. They body parts, they makeup, they smell, they sexual gestures. You understand? The exploitation of women is at an all-time peak. Come on.
Meanwhile, the use of drugs and alcohol expands exponentially.
And them yerks. I knew the perk was fake, but I still ate it because I'm a gremlin. That's end of the world, y'all. Age of decadence. Come on.
Debauchery is a symptom of the absence of meaning in people's lives, leading to the self-destruction of society and concomitantly a loss of a sense of duty and patriotism.
That's why the scriptures say they're not going to cleave one to another. In Daniel chapter 2, the earth and miry clay, the seed of man, they're not going to cleave one to another. All right, drop that. Give me that next clip. So it's an abnormal, immature obsession with sex leading to the destruction of a society. Play that.
I think we've all gotten so fucked up by these little cell phones that have kind of captured us that we kind of forget. Just go outside.
Yeah.
You know?
Go outside and experience some things. It's just hard to do when you're stuck. If you're at home and you're just like staring at your phone, it's hard to like put it down and start moving. It's hard, but you really have to. It's a trap. It's trying to get us to get sucked into the machine, kids, and it's coming. And if you think it's difficult to resist now, just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
They go back to what the article said about captive to voyeurism. You understand? That's what it's talking about right there. You're trapped in your damn phone. And what's on your phone? Play that.
I know that our addiction to porn in America is ridiculous. And it's gotten so much worse because of OnlyFans.
Yeah. Well, now
OnlyFans exploited it.
Yeah.
Like OnlyFans, their first year on made over $1 billion.
Boy, Satan is crafty. What I see happening is like everything gets decentralized. It's like, oh, I don't want to fan over celebrities. I'll become one on TikTok. And now it's like, I don't want to watch pornography. I want to create my own pornographic dream.
Oh, it's just a fantasy.
Yeah.
So, and that girl you're talking to, you have a relationship with her online. You know,
Sheesh.
It's not like just a porn star you're watching on a screen and there it happens and it ends. It's like, oh, I'm building a relationship with this girl, but you're not. She's like, give me that bag. I was like, you're paying
It's
me,
just a
man.
transaction.
And then you can create customized content like for them specifically, saying their name, doing whatever they want. You're a puppet. You're literally a pimped out puppet, and your pimps are your subscribers.
Oh my God. All right, go to the next clip. Watch this.
Online romance scams. Last year, there were somewhere near 70,000 cases reported of people being scammed through online dating platforms. More than $1 billion. Their heart disables their head. And the next thing you know, you hear a story about your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your father, your grandparent, who's lost everything to somebody who took advantage of their loneliness and scammed them out of everything they had. You want to know more? Head to YouTube, where you can see our entire investigation, Anything for Love, inside the romance scam epidemic. Online romance.
So, and you know what's crazy? Those things go together. When you entertain porn, stuff like OnlyFans, think about it. You are a trick. You are a subscriber. You paying.
Right.
You understand? You are already warped into the system. In the way that our brain work, we get desensitized. So eventually, beating up to a screen, you get tired of that. But you paying for that. So you like, if I'm paying for this, and this ain't enough, eventually, I need something tangible.
You gotta graduate.
So you go on these sites where it's real people, and they got the links on the porn sites too. Hey, we're in your city. So you start clicking on the links. But a lot of them ain't real. They just trying to get you so damn caught up in your lust in this age of decadence. They gonna take your damn money and scam you. You understand? You looking for that, they looking for a check.
Sheesh.
For real, get that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 14, verse 24.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 4.
Come on.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
Everybody nasty. Come on.
But either one slew another traitorously.
Right, back door, slime, read.
Or grieved him by adultery.
Smashing your girl, read.
So that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter,
kill, drill, read.
Theft and dissimulation.
Right, theft, slime you out, read.
Corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury.
Perjury, that's lies. You understand? That's I'm scamming you. Read.
Disquieting of good men.
Read.
Forgetfulness of good terms. Defiling of souls.
Prostitution. Adultery. Fornication. Read.
Changing of kind.
Right. Transform. Read.
Disorder in marriages. Adultery. And shameless uncleanness.
That's OnlyFans. Shameless uncleanness. Now play it in this clip.
I feel like people who do scam, they feel like taking from banks, they're not really hurting nobody because the bank got hella money, and when they do take it, they get it back, so I guess they really care.
What are some of the biggest scams you know of that people are pulling?
Wires, that's never going anywhere. CCs with credit cards, like just use somebody's card for some petty shit like Domino's or food like that. Ubers, next level from that would be dumps. Go in the store and get like a bunch of merchandise. Phones, people will get like somebody's credit line, have somebody run in and get a bunch of phones, they'll sell them that way. PS4s and shit, sell them half off to like a big ass like electronics like store or whatever. Then above that, I would say checks. I've seen people bust like big ass checks like 100K plus. The biggest one I would say right now that I know of is just wires. Like I know somebody who would just punch the B&B, got a free Airbnb, somebody else's name in Miami, like a top penthouse at the top. Then he literally sits at the top, opens up his laptop, busts like a wire for $30,000, makes 30K at the top, just closes his laptop and just leaves. Doesn't even sleep there.
Hey, go to Proverbs 23 and 5. So scamming in these last days, y'all. Lord have mercy. Read that real quick.
Proverbs chapter 23 verse 5. Without set thine eyes upon that which is not.
Read.
For riches certainly make themselves wings.
Right. Riches gotten by deceit, by scamming, make themselves wings. Read.
They fly away as an eagle toward heaven.
Right. It was another clip of a woman. She did a TikTok. She was like, them highlights on Instagram. People be having them like highlights. That's from the damn scamdemic. Remember during COVID, everybody was hitting them PPP loans.
Right.
There was a lot of people glory days because that's whenever you get a large chunk of money unjustly, that thing goes so fast.
Facts.
But that's the age that we living in. It be people broke as hell, no job, but they got a $50,000 scat pack. They got a charger.
Sheesh.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real. It's the scamming age, y'all. Guess what else? Play that.
How the fuck did you pull up to the motherfucking party and forget the perks? Perk 10, I just popped the perk 10. Perk 30, I just popped the perk 30.
I really hate being that guy ruining the trend, but opioid addictions is an epidemic in the U.S. and is silently destroying the lives of many people and their family.
Percocet. Miley Percocet. That's opioids. Damn. And it's been
fall
popularized and it's killing a lot of people. All right, which was a part of the age of decadence in the article, right? The drug use. Go to the next clip.
Motherfucker just woke up. I need to pop a yerk, bro. Great. Percocet.
He had 3 apples and gave 2 away. How many does he have?
Man, I ain't trying to be no student. I'm trying to rob, kill, steal. Bro, great. I need a yerk.
Come on, bro. Bro, listen. I work with them. That is real. This thing is real. And guess what? That's a temptation. You want to see what that feel like. You want to know how it feel to be off a yerk.
Hell no. Our people are stupid as hell.
Right now, what I have in my bag is...
What's in your bag?
He's opening it. I love it.
Here we go.
I got a do-rag.
Do-rag.
Yeah, I got
some headphones.
You come prepared.
Got a little travel kit.
We got Percocets and toothbrushes.
For real? Can I see the Percocets?
Yeah.
Cruz is so into it.
Holy shit. I'll bit a buck. How much?
$8 a pill.
$8 a pill?
Yeah, probably like 15 pills in there.
Yo, if you
They're
get...
only $8?
Basically use them on the plane. Like, so if I eat, I gotta make sure I eat good. You gotta make sure you can't eat them take them on an empty stomach. You be throwing up. Like,
Yeah, you might shit yourself too.
Yeah, then I'm so small, so I have to eat like 3 times. Then I take one and go to sleep and wake up, feel like a new man.
For real?
Yeah.
Any hangover on this?
Oh, nah, no hangover.
No, right?
Last days. Be mindful. Come on.
And cares of this life.
Cares of this life. Vanity. Clout chasing. Come on.
And so that day come upon you unawares.
That's how you know these things are going to be happening at the end of the world. Because a lot of people going to be caught up in that. And the day of the Lord is going to catch them unaware. They're going to get caught with their pants down. And they're not going to be ready for the Lord's return.
That's right.
All right, all praise to the Most High. So, Lord's willing, y'all got some out of that and was edified. Make sure y'all donate to the Booster Club.
Yeah.
Scan that QR code and tune in to the Bible.